For those of you interested in Invisalign, this is something very unique you ought to consider as you decide who you're going to visit. Now, before I share this perhaps shocking news, for those of you who don't know, orthodontists, at least in the United States, first become general dentists before they can become an orthodontist. So they go through dental school and they get their dental license to practice dentistry. Take care of fillings, extractions, root canals, all sorts of things. General dentists can do the work. They are licensed to do the work. They are supposed to operate up to a certain level of care among the different things, among the different aspects of dentistry, but they're licensed to do it. When Invisalign came out, yes, we're talking about these guys right here. 1997, all right? Align Technology came out, one of the biggest companies out there, and started saying, hey, we can move your teeth by 3D printing models and then taking plastic and forming them around those models and slowly move teeth. Anyways, it's gotten better and better and better. Well, the technology, the software has allowed more, not to say just people, because we don't want random people working on your teeth. Although, better watch out, Instagram, other places where you've got those garage, they're working out of their garages, taking off your braces, putting on braces. A little sketch. Well, because of that technology though, now more people feel comfortable moving teeth. They don't have to put the brackets on like the perfect spots. They don't have to know how to change the wires. Because did you know this? Surprise, okay? Here's another surprise. We still haven't got to that part about the clear aligners, the shocking news. But listen, hang in there. When you have braces, these are clear brackets, but anyways, you got a wire in there. Well, to straighten teeth, most orthodontists will use a very flexible wire first. That's what helps twist the teeth. It's a very flexible wire. It has memory. You can bend it all sorts of places because it's crooked teeth, and then it pulls the teeth out, straightens them out over time. If you're just going that technique, you can get straighter teeth, but your teeth and your bite may not fit together. So braces is still can be a very complex treatment method that many general dentists won't do because they don't know how to use the tool as effectively. Maybe it's a little intimidating. There are some general dentists out there that do that, but braces may be a little bit tricky. Anyway, so back to this, right? This shocking news. Well, when Align Technology came out with software online, basically they would you would take a scan or an impression. Usually it's an impression. Check out our other video with the impressions. We got those flavors. For the Invisalign impressions, those things were intense, all right? Just a ton of goop, and it was really hard to get out. Nowadays, you can do scans, but they were sending those in, they got the 3D models printed, and then they would do a 3D rendering of your teeth and the bite and send it to you online in a ClinCheck. That's what they call it. Other companies do different things, but they call it a ClinCheck. The ClinCheck then shows you a series of trays and how the teeth move. It's like a 3D rendering of how the teeth move and become more straight. It basically looked like it was going to fix the teeth for you. All you had to do was get plastic and wear the plastic, and then the plastic would move the teeth just like on the 3D rendering. So it's like, that's a no-brainer. Why would you become an orthodontist if you can just use plastic and their software to straighten teeth and it works out? So that is perhaps the shocking news. I was studying recently in this book, the AJODO. It is arguably the top journal in the orthodontic industry profession around the world. There's other good journals out there, but this is definitely something that people look to for the most up-to-date research. Anyways, I came upon this article. Here comes the surprising news. So the question is, can this plastic move your teeth just as accurately as the 3D rendering, the digital rendering? When you watch the teeth move on the ClinCheck, can this plastic, when you put it in over a series of different trays, can it move your teeth the way it's supposed to? Well, this article highlighted some interesting facts that I wanted to point out and share. General dentists, they do good work. They are the filling crown guys or girls, but do they really know how to move teeth, whether it's with plastic or braces? Maybe some do, probably most don't. Not that they couldn't figure it out, they're smart people, but as far as experience goes and knowing what to do, how to do it, they don't necessarily have the same kind of training. So remember that question? This is not the shocking news yet, but we're getting there. We're close. You can kind of hear where I'm going. Can the plastic move things accurately? Well, because you've got these teeth, all right? Let's just take one tooth example, okay? This study evaluated the maxillary lateral incisors. Okay, those are the incisors next to the big center ones on top, maxillary top, right? Anyways, how does the plastic do, if you're wearing it, how does the plastic do in pulling those teeth down, right? Down. Let's say sometimes people have a little gap in between their teeth, right? Like something like that, right? Something right there, there's that little gap. okay? And let's say you wanna try and pull this tooth down to make those teeth fit together. And so the question is how accurate is the plastic in pulling that down just by itself? Plastic pulling it down. Well, back in the day, there was a famous orthodontist by the name of Neil Kravitz. Not that back in the day. He's actually still famous right now. Good orthodontist. And they did a study to evaluate the mean accuracy. That means they're trying to evaluate percentages. This is what it shows on the 3D rendering. Okay, it says it's gonna move 3 millimeters. When you put the plastic in and you do the movement, how much does it actually move? They reported 28%, all right? 28% accuracy in bringing these maxillary lateral incisors down. That's awful. Not very accurate. Compared to braces are like 100%. Okay, so anyways, the Invisalign has improved. This is not saying that it doesn't work well, okay? We're talking about percentages. We're also talking about small numbers, millimeters. So sometimes it can be a big deal. 28% of 1 millimeter is like maybe not that critical, but we're orthodontists. We work in very small areas. Details matter. So this article reported that, reminded us that certain movements are not very accurate, okay? So then you're like, well, is this guy ever gonna get to the shocking news? Well, here it is, okay? If the plastic has issues with accuracy to begin with, and then you add, let's say you decide to choose a dental provider. I'm a dental provider, but I'm an orthodontic provider too. If you choose your general dentist to go through with these movements, question is, if they're using something like Invisalign, it's not just Invisalign, all plastic companies, they probably struggle with similar things. If the plastic is inaccurate and you have somebody that is less experienced doing the work, are you gonna get the results that you want? Maybe, maybe not. Listen to this. When it comes to research, obviously, you like to see results, the same results over time, right? That helps you feel more confident that whatever they're studying is accurate. Well, in this study that we're talking about, questioning those, how they come down, those lateral incisors, this references another point, all right? I'm gonna show you right here, starting right there. Okay. Patients may not always be able to discern the difference, but studies show that they are more likely to receive better results and spend less time in treatment when an orthodontist treats them than a general practitioner or general dentist. Do you hear that? So get better results and spend less time in treatment if you go through an orthodontist. Now that was what a few studies reported. If that's accurate, which I believe it could be accurate, right? Orthodontists have the specialty training to know exactly how to move teeth. And more than likely, and not every orthodontist has training in clear aligners, right? Older orthodontists may not, so you still gotta be careful. Some dental providers just go through this and they're like, well, hey, the plastic moves it all by yourself. I don't even need to do anything. And so you may end up with subpar results if you don't get the accuracy and movement that you were anticipating. And if your dental provider or the orthodontist or dentist, in this case, we're talking about general dentists, if they just kind of let the plastic do what it's gonna do and rely on the 3D rendering only, it's kind of a bummer. So there's the shocking news, all right? We live in a world where money matters, and it would be a lie if I said that money doesn't matter to me. But if you are trying to decide about straightening your teeth and beautifying your bite, and you're considering plastic, and your general dentist, your dentist who does your fillings and your crowns, offers to do the Invisalign for you, you might just go in full knowing that they may not pay attention to the details as much as the orthodontist. Maybe that's what you want. I don't know. I'm just trying to explain, all right? Invisalign is a great product. It does great things, but they're inaccuracies, right? They're inaccuracies, and you need a provider who can identify those inaccuracies, just like with the braces, and make a plan to adapt and change and still try to move you towards your goals for treatment. There you have it. Just dropped a huge bombshell. General dentists do amazing things for dental health. And there are cases out there that are super easy and may be just fine going with your general dentist to fix through aligners. But if you're just trying to save a few bucks, I understand why. You've got a little bit more complicated case, you might just want to consider letting the expert tooth movers do the job for you. Listen, if you're in the McKinney Texas area, come find us. We'll talk about straightening your teeth and beautifying your bite. If you can't though, share this with your friend and subscribe to the channel so that I can continue to open your eyes to the wonderful world of straight teeth and beautiful bites. That's all I've got, just a little PFOing so you know where you're going. Packard out.